What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 22 of Training with Flay. Today we're going to work on some snatches, then follow it up with some back squats, and then finish with some hip thrusters and maybe a core exercise. Super excited with the hip thrusters. We'll see how everything goes. But again, today we're going to start off with our snatches. We're going to work up to about 92% for a few singles. And then we'll move on to back squats and see if we can hit some singles in the 90s as well. All right, let's get it going, guys. I have some pretty nasty tears on my hands. Done a lot of pulling this week, so I'm going to strap up today. Alright, guys, so one thing you'll notice is I did a couple of sets of 3 at 95 until my nips and my nips, not these. You'll notice I did a couple of sets of 95, tore my hips and my knees up, my shoulders, my adductors, my groin, ankles, everything, anything with mobility. I mean, when you're training for Olympic lifting, you're doing some kind of a lower body movement almost every single training session. A lot of pulls, a lot of overhead presses. So you want to make sure you spend the proper amount of time warming up. You don't have to have a lot of weight on the bar. I had less than 50% of my max on, and then you can start making your larger jumps. I went from 95 to 117, which is about a 20-pound jump. Then I went to 135, about a 20-pound jump. 165, 30-pound jump. So I'm trying to get to my first working set, which is 185, in as least amount of sets as possible. But again, you want to make sure you give your body time to acclimate, especially if you're in this thing for the long haul. Injury prevention is so very important. Okay, so we're going to pick back up with 165. Our next set will be our first working set at 185. Doing way too much thinking about what I'm going to say in my commentary. Can't think while you're lifting, guys. You got to let your body do its thing. Clear your mind. Don't think to the lift. Better. But on that last lift that I missed, I never pulled and set the bar over my shoulders. It was in line with my ears, maybe a little A little further forward. You just can't hold the bar like that in front of your head. You got to get the bar over your shoulders. All right. One more just like that. You'll notice as I'm approaching the bar, I set my feet in a position that makes me feel strong at the bottom portion of the lift so I can drive evenly through the feet. I adjust my heels and my toes if I need to. I set my grip. I do this every time. Come up, one final check, make sure I like it. Pressure in the hands and the hips. Set the shoulders and the lats back, bar to the shins, chest up, deep breath and drive. I try to set up the same way every time in my competition lifts. That way when I get in competition, I don't have to think about it. I'm not thinking about my setup. I'm focused on anything in warm-up that I felt I need to make sure I improve on, whether it's a pull, whether it's landing on my toes, anything in warm-up that I feel that I need to correct, because you only get 3 lifts, guys. Last thing you want to worry about is how you're setting up. That needs to be muscle memory. So even in practice, set up the same way that you would in competition. All right, we're going to 196 for 2. Whew, way too forward. I think I put my hips up before I settled. I put my hips up and push the bar forward. Overall, slow pull. Just a slow lift in general. Try to fix it. Come on, leg explode. I think I'm thinking way too much. Too much about the film. Just lift. Better. Yeah. Oh my gosh.